My name's Mel, welcome to my world, and if you're new to my channel, at the moment I'm building a stealthy, off-grid, go anywhere, sleep anywhere, camper van. And today I'm going to talk about solar panels. Well, not solar panels exactly, the connectors that come with them. Now a lot of people just simply cut these off. You don't need to do that. There's a better way. I'm going to show you why these connectors are the way they are, and I'm also going to talk about resistors. It's basically a one-way valve, but I'll show you that in a minute. I'm going to put my camera on my tripod because I need both hands to do this, and I can't hold the camera and show you at the same time. Pretty impossible, so I need both of my hands. So yeah, both hands are needed. So what, I'm going to put my camera up on there. You won't be able to see my ugly mug, but you'll be able to see my grotty little fingers. Right, now before I put the camera up on the tripod, I just want to use a simple analogy of electricity. For some people don't quite understand how electric works. So for those people, imagine electricity as a fluid, okay? And this solar panel is a tank, okay? It's a tank full of fluid. Although it's on the roof, and this is what produces electricity. Just don't worry about that. Just think of it as a holding tank of some sort of fluid, and that is electricity. Electric is fluid, okay? So imagine now you've got that fluid has got to flow. It's got to flow in one direction only, okay, to your to your device that you want to connect to. In this case, the solar controller. So that fluid needs to flow to the solar controller, and it also needs to flow back. And that's why you have two wires. It needs to keep flowing a continual circle, to and fro, to and fro. If you think of electric as a fluid rather than some mysterious entity, I can't quite think of how to put it, but yeah, think of it as fluid, and you won't go far wrong. And I'm going to apply that theory as I explain how these connectors work. I think it's a good analogy. Just think of it as fluid, and it needs to flow. Right, so hopefully that makes sense. Sounds all very serious, doesn't it, for me? Far too serious. Right, so I'm going to put my camera up there, and I'll explain how these connectors work. In particular, what this does. It's a resistor, capacitor, something like that. Right, I'm going to put the camera up there now. Okay, are you sitting comfortably? Right, we'll begin. Try anyway. This is take 4, by the way. I keep getting it wrong. Right, I might cut this up into smaller sections. Okay, so this is your solar panel. Now when you get the solar panel from your supplier through the post, it will normally come with 2 plugs on it on the end of each wire. If it hasn't got these 2 plugs, don't panic, because they'll be in a bag or somewhere. They'll be there in a bag, hopefully, unless they're really cheap and nasty solar panels, then it won't come with them. But yeah, like I say, don't panic. If it hasn't got the plugs fitted, on the box it'll have plus and minus, positive and negative. And the positive is your electric flowing out, right? So your positive is your flow to your solar controller. If it's already got the plugs fitted and there's no, oops, excuse me, you definitely don't get it on the BBC. So I'm not going to cut this out because I've done this 4 times now. So, right. So yeah, your positive is your mal connector, all right, for want of better words. This gives your flow, all right, and your negative is your female. So that's the receiving end. So where is it gone? So the other end of your positive, I mean, I've got these up on my roof now. These wires are up there. I've got these 2 wires already poking up through my roof in my flange. That sticks out my flange on the roof. That's all ready to receive my panel. It's all wired in already up there. So I've got a positive and a negative. Now the negative has got the mal connector, because that's my electric going back to my power source. All right. So this is electric coming in, electric coming that way. So that's why you've got the female and the male connector. I don't like using that terminology, but that's just the simplest way to do it. So your male connector is your giver, and then your female receiver, okay? Like they simply connect together like this. and push it together, pull it apart. Really easy to in and out. Now your negative, oh, where is it? Right, so your negative is the female, and at the end of that will go, sorry about all this rumbling around, I've got this junk on me. That again, that connects in, oh that's tight. That's a nice tight fit. Like a tight fit. I'm going to have to do this again now. No, I'm not going to do it again. Right, so it's tight. They simply plug in and then you pinch them together if you want to unplug it. Like that. Right, nice tight fit. Right, okay, so that's your negative, and the reason you've got the same that plug on your negative is because that's the direction of flow. Okay, so your direction of flow. Right, so that's that sorted. So in my roof I've got 2 wires hanging down. I've got a black wire and a red wire, and that's it. That's all I've got sticking down, dangling from the ceiling, because these ends are up on through the roof, like I say, through the flange. So I've got these hanging down. So I now need to put connectors on these. And if your solar panel doesn't come with the plugs on already, I'll show you how they work, how these plugs actually work. But before that, I just want to mention, it's always a good idea to have one of these. This is a resistor or capacitor or something like that, and inside it's known as a solar panel fuse. It's basically a big massive resistor, and it's in layman's terms, it's a one-way valve. It stops the electric flowing the wrong way, going up a surge. If there's a surge of electricity, a surge of pressure, like if it's fluid, it'll be known as pressure. It stops it flowing back to your panel and basically destroying your panel. I mean, these are like £100. Basically, your 100 watt panel will cost you about £100. It's about £1 a watt. If you pay more than that, you're getting ripped off. So if you look on eBay for solar panel fuse, that's what you'll get. It's basically a resistor. It stops the electric flowing the wrong way. Always, I recommend, you don't need them, but I recommend you use them. And again, to plug that in, it's simply a matter of the male fitting going into the female, and then that just carries on, you see. So that's where your flow carries on coming out of. That's why it's that connector on that end and that connector on that end. Okay. Oof, that's a nice tight fit as well. Yeah. Right. So yeah, they're not cheap. I mean, yeah, they are cheap. About £8, and it could save your panel from being destroyed. So for like £8, it's well worth it. I'll try and put a link below if I can find where I got that from. I've had that rattling around for a little while. Right, now, so plugs. Right, I'm gonna stop the video there before I talk about plugs in case I get this wrong, and then that way I don't have to redo the whole thing again. Hang on. So how do these work? How do you fix one of these to your wire? It's quite simple. I'll show you. Inside, it's basically made up of 4 components. Yeah. So you've got your main body. We'll call this the top. Okay. So that's your top, and inside here, if I turn it upside down, you'll find a little rubber grommet. This is to make it waterproof, watertight. And then you've got your shaft. Now your thicker shaft goes into your male fitting. It doesn't go that way, so it goes like that. It goes inside. It simply pushes inside, and as you push that down, it will lock into place. It's got these little teeth on it there. You can see those little teeth. They're like one way. They only go one way. So once that's pushed in, you can't get it out. So I won't push it in because it will ruin it. I won't be able to use it. So when putting it onto your wire, what you do, yeah, this is the right one, isn't it? Yep. So what you do first, this is the first part to go on. So that goes over your wire like that. Then your rubber bung, your water sealer. Then you crimp that onto there. You can see how that works. That just simply crimps down onto there using one of these tools. Alright, now you can get cheaper ones of these. When you can buy a set with, you get one of these and some connectors as well. but these are the better ones, but you don't need them. But if you're going to be doing a lot of wiring, then yeah, it's well worth investing in one of these. I think I've had this since I was about 15. No joke, right? Yeah, I've had that since I first started my apprenticeship. Anyway, not managed to lose it. So you crimp this on there, you crimp that down onto there. Once that's crimped on there, I'm not going to crimp it on there because I don't want to use this for that. That then slides over, it clicks into place. You then put your cap on, screw it down tight. I can do this, and then that's it. That rubber flange grips down on the wire, seals it watertight. You've got your little watertight seal there. You've got a rubber O-ring there, and you've got your flange inside there that makes the whole thing completely waterproof. Water resistant. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but it's water resistant. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's it. It's as simple as that. That's how they work. Right. So now I'm going to put some of these connectors on my wires that are poking down through my roof. I'll spin you around and I'll show you. So these are the wires that are coming out from my roof, and I'm going to put my connectors on here so that I can then carry on with the cables down to my controller there. And between there and there, I'm going to put that one-way valve. Right, so here's the finished article. As you can see, the connectors are there now. That's me positive and me negative. And the other ends of these wires, they go up through the roof to my where my solar panel is going to be. And the only reason I had to use these connectors here is because my controller is there, but they were about that much too short. Just sod's law. So these wires simply go down here behind that panel and up into there. So that's why I had to use these connectors there. And that's it. It's all done. So there you go. I hope this video made some kind of sense. I don't know if it did. I'm doubting myself now whether or not I should upload it. But if you're watching this, I did. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of them on this one. Most of all, leave a comment below. Feel free to chat among yourselves. I'll see you on the next one.